Oh man, we are so back. Bitcoin bounces back to $102,000. Altcoins back alive as risk rotates on. What causes movement? A big 4-hourly candle for Bitcoin. We're going to break down exactly what's going on in the charts, where I expect this move to go, and a lot more. If you like these updates, smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe, guys. We are here, whether it's a good day, whether it's a bad day. You guys know I'm here to cover off the content and to give you guys the news that matters. A big hourly candlestick here on Bitcoin, bouncing from the EMA ribbon. It was a volatile candle. I mean, if we go back earlier in the day, early hours here in Dubai, we're coming down here, we're correcting to the downside. Nice candle, but then we wavered. And even on the candle where we eventually bounced, we hit as low as 98.6. You can see a bunch of liquidations on this big wicking candle before a big 1.28% move, followed by another strong candle up 1.42% on Bitcoin. So a nice big move here. What is causing this move? We need to get into that, right? I mean, first and foremost, we can see fear and greed index is still at 76. Even last week, it was still in greed. It wasn't in extreme greed, but it was at 65. Now it's back into that extreme greed territory. Risk is firmly on. And it starts off with this. The traditional markets are responding. The Dow Jones traded 0.4% up. S&P was up over 1%. And they're bouncing back after last week's losses. So you can see it was led by Foxconn, who announced record fourth quarter revenue. Nvidia jumped nearly 5%. You can see here Broadcom gained 2%. Micron Technology gained more than 11%. And this is the bit you want to look at. The market is, I think, being pretty optimistic about tech right now, looking for earnings growth of 20% this year versus 12.8% for the market. Of course, you remember, if risk is on, that is good for Bitcoin. That is good for crypto. We've seen that correlation in the past, and that's going to help Bitcoin have good days. Whether you like it or not, the fact that we had a good, strong traditional market earnings performance today allowed crypto to have the permission to move. Thereafter, crypto is just showing its bullish intent, right? Thereafter, you can just see that crypto is waiting for these powerful moves. And this is now just showing you the 4-hourly candles here, a really important move, because if we follow this back, we were in this nice uptrend where we're consolidating, right? We're consolidating this nice uptrend. We touched our highs of 108,000 or whatever it was. Then we broke down from the channel. And once we broke down from the channel, we tried to recover quickly. We failed. We tried to recover now. And then we got this important retest. And this is a really important sign, because if you look at this horizontal line I'm going to draw here, this is resistance. So the fact that we've broken through that is a critical stage here for Bitcoin. So this is a really important 4-hourly candle, not because it's just bouncing from the EMA ribbon, but because we're clearing the resistance to the left-hand side, which we formed around the Christmas and New Year's time. So that's going to be important candle. And so then when you zoom out to the daily candle, you see how important this daily candle is. I mean, it's significant, close to 4% here on the day, with still 7 hours to go before this candle closes. I mean, this is a big candlestick. We've not had a candlestick like this. A 4% candlestick was last seen the day before Christmas. So this is good. This is good to show us that the momentum, the excitement is still there. More importantly, we're holding our EMA ribbon. We've broken through this resistance like I just showed you, and we now want to go on our trend. Remember when I spoke about the higher highs? We've got that. This candle gives us the higher high. We've broken the downtrend, because what the bears wanted to do was this. The bears wanted to curl this over, lower low, lower high. They wanted this, and then they wanted a lower low, lower high, etc. Right? If you've taken my TA course, ijazcrypto.com/TA, the link is in the description, you will know this. You will know that the bears really wanted this, but they got wrecked. They were desperate. They were piling in shorts, and you can see in just the last 12 hours, close to 100 million shorts were wrecked, right? Liquidated. And this is the thing you've got to be careful about. You got to understand that this market just chops just to take the liquidity. We've spoken about this plenty of times in the past. It's all about the liquidation heat map. The market is just searching for where can it grab liquidity. That's its main focus right now. Is the liquidity above? Is it below? Can we go there to liquidate those positions? That's what this market is focused on. Now, if we jump onto the daily bubbles, then you can see altcoins are responding as well. We spoke about the other day how Bitcoin dominance was falling. Today's a strong day for Bitcoin, but altcoins are still moving. It's not like they're asleep. We are seeing altcoins moving. I mean, VET moving 6.3%, Injective 14%, SPX 21%, WorldCoin 17% A16Z, 24% render, another 11% on render. I took a trade on render in our Telegram, ijazcrypto.com/TG. Make sure you're in it. Link is in the description because you'll catch trades like that. Polygon up 4.2%. Filecoin, a good infrastructure play, which we spoke about in our VC video, which if you haven't watched, you need to watch that as well. You got a lot of catching up to do, guys. That was an important video because in that video, I broke down which narratives are VCs looking to invest in this year. Okay, so if you want to know what the VCs are buying, all right, I also share a nugget of how you can find out through the internet, how you can find out what VCs are buying. Make sure you go watch that video. You're not going to want to miss that one. So we are seeing responses here. We are seeing altcoins move, and that's really, really important. And ultimately, what we want to focus on today's candle is this move is being demonstrated by an important flow of capital. And that is that just in today's candlestick, $115 billion has flowed into crypto, right? 115 billion has flowed back into crypto, which fundamentally shows that risk is on. And so if you look at the dollar index, this is what happens, right? The dollar index has had a bad candlestick today. Now, of course, dollar index is still in an upwards trend, right? We need to make sure that we can keep this stemmed as much as we can to keep risk rotating on. But that being said, crypto is doing its thing. Bitcoin, 4% up. It needs to. Now, the only thing left here for Bitcoin is go mount an attack at a higher high. Go and get a higher high. I mean, obviously, we peaked out here at 108.3. Go and beat that now. Go touch 110 and then come back down, right? Go touch 110, mount this attack here at 110, come back down, and then go back up, come back down, etc., right? That's what we want to see here on Bitcoin. We want to see this leg here, come back, create a higher low, higher high, and keep this upward trend going. We just want to keep grinding this upward trend going. Of course, you've got Trump's inauguration coming up. You've got a lot of excitements to do with the market coming up as well. That's going to be a good tailwind for us here as a crypto community. It's going to keep things exciting. People are expecting the market to be exciting this year, right? Just like I shared with you here, this market, I think, is being pretty optimistic on tech. That's going to be good for your AI altcoin plays as well. I mean, if NVIDIA is doing well, AI altcoins tend to do well as well. So that's naturally going to be a good thing as well. The 10-year yield move higher ahead of the expected data, hovering around 4.6%. So that's the other thing we need to make sure we look out for is, there's the funeral of former president in the US, Jimmy Carter. Don't think that's going to move markets too much. December jobs report is due out on Friday. I think that will move markets. So I will be giving you guys an update on that. Investors will also look at the JOLTS figure, which is the number of job openings there are on Tuesday, and December ADP employment survey on Wednesday, which is your private payroll. So all that data is going to be important this week. It's going to lead to the Friday figure, which is your important non-farm payrolls, which I'll bring you here on this channel. Make sure you're subscribed. And the reason it's important is markets want to see if Jerome Powell and the Fed's data is accurate, right? Because Jerome Powell and the Fed said, look, we're in a situation where the economy, to all intents and purposes, is healthy. Therefore, we only need 2 rate cuts. And so the market is only priced in the 2 rate cuts this year. But if data starts coming out to suggest the opposite, right? That inflation's already cooling down. The economy is not as healthy as you thought. That, labor is now starting to get an impact. Then maybe he needs to bring rates down quicker than expected. So we're looking out for this data, and it's weird because we kind of want this data to be not too horrible for the economy, but enough that it gives Jerome Powell an excuse to maybe do 3 rate cuts this year, 4 rate cuts this year. Okay, so it's kind of like we're Goldilocks. We don't want horrible figures to show us that we're heading for a recession because markets will be upset. Equally, we don't want these perfect figures because then it's going to be like, oh, we're not going to get any rate cuts this year. And we do want the rates to come down if we want a powerful cycle this year. Incidentally, guys, please help us get to 19,000 subscribers. You can see here at the top, 18,600. Hit the subscribe button if you've not. Share this type of content with friends and loved ones who are interested in crypto. The reality is there's a new crypto trader and investor born every single day. And my job on this channel here, as it has been for many years now, of sharing free content out there to you guys, is just to give you guys the content that matters. It's not about pumping coins, not about pumping bags, not about, Bitcoin to the moon. I'm sharing the boring stuff. We were one of the first to cover Fed meetings, FOMC meetings, CPI, the correlation with the stock market. We were doing this before it came a trend for crypto YouTubers. They were just driving their supercars and telling you Bitcoin was going to go to 1 million, right? Now, if you care about that, if you appreciate this type of content, then share it. Share it with those that you know are serious about crypto, that are actually investing and actually care about crypto. Those are the people that are going to find this channel useful. So sitting here on Bitcoin, nice strong daily candle. What it also means is we can now zoom out to the weekly chart where we start to see how strong this move is, because on the weekly chart, that's all I've maintained, is that this is not even pulled back. When people were panicking, I reminded them that, look, this is a move that is nowhere near the EMA ribbon on the weekly candle. We've not had a cooling off since we broke the previous all-time high. So that little correction we had, which call it, 10 to 12% here on Bitcoin, I mean, that's nothing. I mean, from where we're at now, just to go to the top of the EMA ribbon is an 18% correction. To go lower down the EMA ribbon is a 30% correction. So these would be the proper corrections that gets everybody panicking, that will give you juicy buys. To be honest, what we had a couple of weeks ago, a 9% down candle followed by 1.6%, it was a nice little dip, but it's not the juicy dips. If we had gone lower, like I shared in my videos, down to 84, down to 80 in this EMA ribbon region here, I would have loaded the boat up a lot more. As it stands with the pullback we had, it was a semi-pullback. It got rid of some of the leverage, and hopefully that's enough to get us past 110, create a higher high. But then I think we're going to want to cool down a little bit further down, and that's where it's going to have to be seen. How much do we want to come back? Is it enough for us to then just come back again to 93 to 95 range? Or can we keep higher highs and higher lows? In which case we can just keep an extended, like kind of almost a powerful cycle where we're just moving exponentially and everything is looking bullish. So there you have it, guys, an update on the market. Bitcoin most certainly back, altcoins back with another $37 or so billion flowing into altcoins today. But the main story today is Bitcoin waking up, responding, moving back above 100,000, now sitting at 102.4, and it looks like it wants 103,000 pretty shortly. So there you have it, guys. There's an update on the markets. If you appreciate this type of content, don't forget to smash up the likes. Do not forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check out my other videos, which I'll link up for you guys here, and I'll see you in the next one.